So United yesterday, finally, De Gea said yesterday he's leaving.
Yeah.
And first of all, I kept telling you guys, stats are funny. Okay? Yeah. Sammy was here screaming the way De Gea is so important. And now, do you think your team has treated him as an important person? Or they have treated him like garbage?
I'll go with the latter. They have treated
So what does that say about his abilities and performances?
Not really. I don't think this is a first. It's not the first time that you've seen great players from Manchester United just treated the way they have and the exits that they've had.
No.
Sammy, it's not a
let's
first.
stick to the
It's
point. That's not the conversation.
That's not the point, though.
No, exactly. This is my question.
Yes.
If De Gea has been as good as you've been telling us he is,
yes,
would he have been kicked out the way he's been kicked out? That's why I'm starting. You kept here giving me the clean sheets and the what. No.
On both sides.
No, we are using evidence you have on your from the last 2 weeks. If he was as good as the way I kept saying, let's ignore this clean sheet thing. Let's not just say, oh, no. Yeah. There's something they are missing. Because, no, you see, you're just against De Gea, 17 clean sheets, player of the season, 4 times for the club and what? If he still had something to offer United, that's my question. Okay. Would he have been treated the way he's treated now? If he had something, if he was useful.
Okay, now? No.
No. Yeah. Is he useful? Is he useful for United now that the way you are putting it?
No. And it's, number one, there is recency bias. Can agree with that. And 2, Manchester United has not treated guys well if they are leaving the club.
Before we get to other guys, let us, first of all, we are doing De Gea. Sammy, context. We are talking about De Gea. Number one, we are just confirming. You kept pushing me back last season. I kept saying, De Gea is a weakness. He's maybe not their biggest weakness, but he's a big weakness. And then you kept saying, no, look at the clean sheets. Oh, you see, he's the gut-up guy. Yeah. Oh, you see, he has got what. And then I kept saying, I don't think so. I think that is the first time I ever used the phrase, statistics are like a bikini. I said, no. Don't buy stats for this. So I'm asking you, based on your statistics from last season, based on the Premier League, is it the glove player of the year, is goalkeeper, whatever they call the guy with the most clean sheets? Golden glove. Yeah. Based on that, the fact that the Golden Glove winner is been kicked out at asubuhi na mapema 5 a.m. I want to say who people are kicked out like that in the dark, with no respect, with no nothing. Like they've kicked him out like someone who is so irrelevant. Did he really have something to offer?
Can a team something to offer in the future?
Can at United for them to treat him like that?
Okay, no.
Okay, good. No. Now. Chep, how badly have they treated him?
Yes, as I agree. Currently, he hasn't nothing to offer at the moment. That's what I can say. Last season was a clear proof, and from the manager as well. I think he's not the type of goalkeeper that fits his style of play. So, ingebidi aende at the end of the day. But how he was treated, now that's another story. Because I think even he on Twitter, he is the one who aliandika
he came up with the news.
He wrote his goodbyes, whatever. Then now United picked it up now, and then now they started writing, and then they now put the word legend there. I think he's been disrespected, if that's the word I can use.
Yes.
He was one of the elite players. He's been United for 12 years.
Yeah.
And I think, as Sammy said, most people say, most even United fans, what they're suffering from is recently biasness.
Yeah.
They just remember their last 2 seasons. Yeah. And that's where then, wanaingilia sana the last 2 seasons. But prior to that, let me even read, I think what he has achieved. He has won the Premier League, he's won the FA, 2 League Cups, Community Shield, Europa League.
Please remove Community Shield.
Europa League, Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup. So he's won it for them. Yeah. And remember, he was one of their biggest transfer. I think when he was brought to Manchester United, he came in the football of Van der Sar.
Yep.
The pressure. I remember even the media. The media wasn't kind to him.
Skinny boy.
Yeah, skinny, lanky, I don't know.
Yeah,
he looked like, you remember there's an animal they used to compare him with. It was so bad. But he kept proving it right, getting it better. But now the game has changed. The game has evolved. You have a manager who has a certain style of play. He wants his type of goalkeeper as well. And it's just time to move on. But the treatment is really, really poor. Even from Sammy. Even Sammy quoted on his Twitter. Hiyo Twitter ya nani tweet ya De Gea. And then Sammy says, sign Onana. Imagine.
So much for
Come on.
respect.
So much for respect. That is the biggest United fan I know.
Okay, I got a response for that.
Amepatikana, eh?
Let's go,
Yeah, I got a
Teddy.
response for that.
Just looking at how he was treated,
Yes.
like the way Chep has said, it shows that the United significantly didn't have a plan for him. And looking at even just before the start of the other season, they didn't have plans for him to extend his contract. So it just shows how Man United. It just shows the plan for United and what they were thinking of him, and the fact that he himself had to say he was leaving before the club itself.
Yeah.
It shows a lot. And to cap it all off, the conversation by this commentator, the way he said his image is unshattered. He's an all-time legend at the club,
Yeah.
and he made sure that he left the club while his image is still up there, So he left the club on his own terms per se, but he wasn't given an additional contract. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Number one, I agree with a bit with the recency bias, but it's not as recent as you're putting it. De Gea has really not been De Gea since 2018.
Yes.
Since the World Cup in 2018.
4 years.
And that's 5 years ago. Boss, 23 minus 18 is 5.
Okay.
It's 5 years ago. So for 5 years, really, De Gea hasn't been the keeper who for a few years there was easily United's best player.
Yeah.
Now, has he been I think he's probably been the best player since Ferguson retired. Between then and today, he's been United's best player. He could put a case for that.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reason why he was the last remaining player from the lineup that last won the league.
Yeah, he was
okay,
the
because we are not
Phil
counting
Jones.
Phil Jones.
Phil Jones,
But
no.
so from that angle, yes, I think he's been in decline. What this move for me says is just how badly run United are.
Yes. Agree.
Because United, as far as January, they thought they would keep him, but at a lower wage. They were debating, do we keep him? Do we bring back Dean Henderson? Do we do what? Then they decided yes. But 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, United found this brainwave that Onana is a useful goalkeeper and he could be available. And all of a sudden, they treated him like crap. That's not how you treat a player who's played for you for 12 years.
Yeah.
Especially given that you gave him a contract and then withdrew
drew
it
it,
and
yeah.
then you gave him an even lower
Okay,
one.
yeah.
You are basically chasing him away without chasing him away. Now, Sammy talks about United have a history of chasing away players badly. I know what he's trying to say, but there are different circumstances to it. Okay?
Yeah.
This one for De Gea is solely on the club. It's got nothing to do with the player.
the player.
Most of those other ones he would like to highlight,
Yeah.
it was a player falling out with management and it being a fight. And just to try and quote a few, maybe he has different ones from the ones I have. Yap Stam, all he did was write an autobiography where he said he had been what? United had spoken to him illegally. I forget the word they use. There's a word we use for tapping.
Tapping,
United had
yes,
tapped him.
tapping. Yeah.
He said that, and this is Alex Ferguson. You cross him,
don't.
you're out.
Yeah.
Ask David Beckham. So he crossed Ferguson. That book was bad. Ferguson found flimsy reasons and kicked him out. David Beckham, of course, was becoming bigger than the club. Ferguson used to say, if you're bigger than the club, you're out. Ferguson kicked him out. But it was a fallout between the two. The fallout started when Beckham baby start a child and then Victoria went out and Beckham was dropped. It was a game versus Leeds and Cole scored. This is like history for you guys.
Yeah.
And then much later on, you all know the famous boot incident when Ferguson hit the boot after the Carling Cup final. And he was so angry, he hit it and the boot hit Beckham in the face and Beckham got stitches. Like the way you're looking at me. You don't know that? That's sad. It's terrible.
You don't know the stitches?
That's a big story. Yeah, so that was a falling out. He left. That's Beckham. Come down to Ruud van Nistelrooy. What happened? It was a choice. You've got Cristiano, you've got Wayne Rooney. You've got Nistelrooy who's complaining and biting off Cristiano. He's fighting with Cristiano too much. Ferguson chose, I'm going with the young one, you go away. Then come to the most famous of them all, Roy Keane. What did Roy Keane do? Do an in-house interview that has never been released where he criticized every single United player. And Ferguson was shown the video and he said, go away.
Okay.
Then, of course, the most recent one is the Cristiano one,
Cristiano.
where, United, the swimming pool is dirty,
The
the urinals don't work, and whatever else it is, that don't work. But to be fair, he himself was not helping in any way. He had openly defied his coach. So his coach had to make a call.
Yeah.
And in the end, the coach can say, well, I'm okay. I got into the Champions League and my boys sort of grew up. So there's but with De Gea, it's just United behaving like they have no plan. Like United have behaved with Onana like they just stumbled upon him. In fact, let's come back and talk about that because that's the one thing that gets to me about United and Onana. I know United fans are very excited about Onana, but I don't get why they are paying 50 odd million euros for a player who signed for Inter on a free only 12 months ago. Like 12 months ago, he went on a free, and then now they are paying 55 million euros. I don't get it. I think it adds on to this De Gea story. And while we are at it, where do you guys think De Gea ranks as far as Premier League great goalkeepers are concerned? He's got the most number of clean sheets for United. He's third, I think, in the all-time or fourth. His numbers look decent. Yeah. Sammy likes numbers. Go to the BBC. They have a very nice story on his numbers, broken down, including shots he has saved. They have it. So when we come back, two things. We get into Onana, and number two, where does he rank in the list of all-time Premier League greats? Goalkeepers, that is.
Are you a Kenyan youth